Hey everyone, welcome back to the Korean Keto Guy channel, and in today's episode I've got something pretty unique, right? Just because I'm sure we all deal with the same problem after the holidays. What do we do with all of that leftover food, right? In most cases people are going to have turkey, or especially for us, right, anyone doing keto, for sure anything like turkey, ham, any veggies, right, green beans, stuff like that, you're going to have a lot left over. But in my case, I'm actually not having turkey, or I didn't have turkey this holiday or this Thanksgiving yesterday. Instead, I went with a rotisserie chicken because, you know, being just me, there's no way I was gonna cook a 20-pound turkey. But with all of you, I'm assuming all of you are probably back home with your families, right? In that case, for sure, you guys probably did do like a 20-pound turkey. But what I wanted to show you guys is something you can do with all the leftovers, regardless if it's turkey or if you're like me in a small studio in New York City and can't get a turkey, you can get a rotisserie chicken instead, which I went ahead and pre-tore, or I kind of already tore it up for you all instead of doing it in front of you. And then what I did was I made a big broth. So from one of my videos, which I'll put up here, I showed you guys like the Korean beef broth packets. So I did that, and I basically just made a bunch here, as you can see. And what I did was I threw a bunch of green onions. I basically threw anything I had in the fridge that was keto friendly, and I threw it right into the soup. I know it sounds gross. It's not. Trust me, it's very delicious with some salt and chicken. You know, I was actually going to dump this in there and then do it that way, but you can do it either way. I was going to show you guys you can do whatever you want, as long as you have the beef broth soup ready to go. You can put it in, make it a soup. Of course, right, I have my favorite side dish here. Good old kimchi as well, all right? Very keto friendly, as you can see. And yeah, without further ado, I'll show you guys how delicious this all really is. And obviously, you know, not bad at all to make. You just need a big pot like this. Put all your leftovers in there, boil it up. I would say 20 minutes. Just make sure you have it up to a boil by 20 minutes, and whatever's in there will be good to go. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and do this. There's even some squash in here, by the way. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I had some leftover squash. I just threw it right in there. I'm not kidding around here. Whatever I have in the fridge that's keto friendly went into this Thanksgiving soup, if you want to call it that, right? Good old Thanksgiving soup here. And then, since the rotisserie chicken has already been torn up, I'm gonna put that aside here. You can see it here. Basically grab some of this, put it right in here. Okay. Ooh, this is looking really good now. And of course, some kimchi here. All right. Get a napkin here. All right, everybody. 잘 먹겠습니다. Hope you all had Thanksgiving, a happy Thanksgiving or a holiday. Let's give it a shot. Oh yeah, oh my god. This is perfect. Oh, and because it's a soup, it's very soothing, right? It's pretty cold up here in New York City now. This is pretty warranted, you know, it's super soothing. Not super hot, right? I don't eat it or drink my soup super hot. Oh, let's try some of this chicken in here. Of course, good rotisserie chicken. This is really good, believe it or not. Some of that squash. I've really taken the liking of squash. It's like my new favorite Korean I'm sorry, my new favorite keto go-to. Because it's like it's got that Korean beef broth taste. It goes really well with kimchi. I'm thinking it would have been better if we actually put the chicken in and cooked it within the pot. I'm not sure why I didn't do that actually. But it's still very good. The most convenient thing about this, honestly, is the fact that it's in a big pot. Because what you can do is you can basically, once you're done, let it cool, put it back in the fridge. If you're hungry again, take it out, put whatever you need to put in there, like the chicken, or whatever you want, maybe more squash, boil it up again, 10, 15 minutes, maybe 20 at the most, then you have soup again, right? It's like like a bottomless pit of, I should say a bottomless soup that you can have. Oh man, I know some people think that's gross, but I love like drinking the kimchi like kumul, or the kimchi like broth. You could even put this in here if you wanted to, which I just did. Make it a little spicy and saltier. That's very delicious. And the thing is, all you need to do is keep adding more packets of that Korean beef broth soup. Keep putting it in there, and that's what you're using it like. That's the base, and you keep making it. That's also what makes it so delicious. A lot of people actually aren't fans of soup. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of soup. I prefer like just eating chicken and having something more hearty of a meal. But during winter, when it's cold, and having just soup like this, it's still very nice. I know that's not usually good manners, but I don't want to have it spill over me. That's really good, guys. I'm actually just gonna put the rest of the chicken in here. So that's pretty much about half of a rotisserie, about half of a rotisserie chicken shredded up. Excuse me again, worth of chicken in here. Let's add some more broth. There's also some other stuff going on in this broth that I didn't say yet. I'll tell you guys in just a second. I figured I already told you guys everything else. Might as well just tell you. There's also ground beef in here. So talk about a mixture of everything. This thing has beef broth in it. It's got ground beef that I boiled into it or made into it a couple weeks ago. Not a couple weeks ago, but a week ago. It's got squash from a couple days ago. But I'm telling you, from personal experience, if you just heat it up, let it boil, you're gonna kill off a lot of it. I'm sorry, you're gonna kill off a lot of the bacteria or anything that'd be bad, right? Because I've never gotten sick doing that. Now, I wouldn't push it either. I wouldn't, let it sit off like months on end or something, or do this for a couple months, but a couple weeks, no big deal. Let's see. Yep. There's still like little bits of ground beef in it, and I think that's so amazing. Oh man. And it's quite filling. That's the other thing. It's filling, keto friendly. If you're looking to cut calories back, but also to have a filling meal, soups are a good way to do it. For sure, the addition of the kimchi is really good. I highly recommend having some kimchi on the side to eat with this. Yeah, I can taste the little bits of ground beef and excuse me. It makes it so much better. Like, I'm sure if you guys have been on keto for a while, like the ground beef, the fattier it is, the better it is when it's in a soup. It makes it much thicker. Yeah, it just gives us this really nice hearty taste. I would say that if you're just starting out on keto, this is the kind of stuff that's really helpful because, excuse me, I do apologize, but that's the kimchi, making it spicy, right? I will say that if you're just starting out with keto, you know, I definitely got the keto flu, and that was so miserable. I don't want anybody going through that. Something like this never occurred for me to do. I mean, I would drink chicken soup, right, in a cup, but as a meal, like having this big broth of salty goodness of meat and veggies and chicken, and like, oh, this would have cured my problems. So if you're just starting out on keto, highly recommend going with some, I would say highly recommend have soup on hand, right? So that you can make, so that you don't have to actually make the soup, that's ready to go. All you have to do is heat it up. You can even put it in a dish like this, microwave it, you know, when you're desperate. And make sure to salt this up, but the kimchi, it like packs that punch, like that salty punch you need at the end. Well, that pretty much does it for me, guys. Lots of beef broth soup still left. Gonna save this for later. Throw some more chicken in there since I have a little bit of rotisserie chicken left over. But yeah, guys, I hope you all had a great holiday / Thanksgiving the other day. Definitely, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, right? If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more of this content, along with the bell notification for the notifications, excuse me. And yeah, I hope you all get to try this out. Comment down below, right, to let me know what you think. I know a lot of the things I probably said was gross, but if you don't think so, just let me know. But until next time, I hope you all be safe, and see you all next week.